Local author Amy Alamar is here to help us all refocus and get back on track. Good morning to you,
Good
Amy.
morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
You know, it's true. Often we, of course, notice our own anxiety, but maybe we miss the signs that our children are also suffering from a little bit of it.
Yeah, and our kids could be stressed out from any number of things. So if we're feeling stressed out by things maybe going on in the news,
Right.
it could be that, or it could be something going on at school that could seem very little to us. So we want to look for signs that, you know, maybe there's changes in their sleep, changes in their eating. So we see they're getting less sleep,
Yeah,
right?
Another problem.
Yeah, changes in their eating habits, changes in their friendships, which could be very normal, but also could be a sign. So you just want to keep in check and look for these signs. And if they seem to be lasting, I mean, you know, a day or two off is very normal for anybody, but if they seem to be lasting signs, we want to address it.
Well, and you know, we know that we're supposed to talk to them, and some of them are difficult conversations to have. Other times we don't really know how to have those conversations. Maybe we come off overly dramatic, or we don't want to appear weak or vulnerable. Like, finding that happy medium is tough, isn't it?
It is, and just be open and honest. It's the easy thing, right? So if you're just really clear with them that your number one job is to keep your kids safe, and they know that. And so you share with them when you're also feeling vulnerable, right? You don't want to like over dramatize, as you say, you know, all of your depression and anxiety, you know. So if you're
don't unload on the poor kids.
Yeah, exactly. They're not there for you. You're there for them.
That's right.
And so, but that they can see you crying or nervous or upset is normal. You're human, and you want them to know that they're human too, and this is okay. So talking about it is the best thing. And I say, talk about, you know, everything so that you can talk about anything.
And you know, it's so important. I think you're right to just be real in front of the kids, so they don't have an unrealistic expectation when they grow up. They have to be stoic and unaffected by the world. But at the same time, you know, I think I'm always cognizant too of not showing too much and making the kids feel unprotected, because that, you know, especially the young kids, that becomes their first thing. Like, wait a minute, if you're scared, then I'm going to be scared. Does that mean we're not safe?
Right. And so again, making sure they know your number one job is keeping them safe, and that they are safe. I mean, most of us are safe, right? And keeping to a routine is really healthy.
Yes,
and having them come to
help.
you with questions. Yeah.
So when does it come to a point where they come with the questions and you realize, I don't have the best answers, or maybe I'm just not super good at addressing this? Is that maybe the time to have them seek out professional assistance, which is readily available, which is great?
So you can. What I would say is, if those symptoms that we talked about earlier, you know, if they're really clinging to you, right, and they're seeming needy, if that lasts for more than 2 weeks, you absolutely want to seek out professional help. Also, if they talk about harming themselves or harming others, you definitely immediately want to seek out help. But before you do that, check in with them, have the conversations, and if you feel like you're not getting the answers, you can lean on help too before you introduce them to something.
Good advice. It also helps, I think, certainly as adults we learn this, we can go change the world, but the kids can too. Social activism might be something that kind of gets them on track, feeling powerful instead of powerless.
Yes, it's great to contribute, and the best thing you can do is model that and invite them into any activity you do. And it doesn't have to be some grand gesture where you save the world, although that's fabulous.
It's great if you do.
Yeah, it's great if you save the world. But, you know, small things, right? And having them join you, and then also taking their lead. So if they're very interested in animals, right, then joining them on some sort of a pet rescue mission, and really kind of joining in one day at a time. And then you might see some bigger commitment there.
Oh, it's such good advice. Dr. Amy Alamar, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.